This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down day by day, and let you know how to navigate. So I'm filming this on Sunday morning. We had a massive rainstorm last night. It was almost symbolic, you know. I feel like the emotions have been running really high lately, so I'm curious to know how many of you did have a cry. You know, sometimes we need a good cry to purge and let things go. And again, symbolic because we had the full moon in Capricorn. This is the first of 2 full moons in Capricorn. And ultimately, this is about letting some things go in order to move forward. So please in the comments, let me know your word of the day, word of the week. What's the vibe, the emotions, whatever you would like to share. But essentially, this week should shift. Right now, it feels like we're still lingering in that full moon energy, and we are, because essentially this moon is still in Capricorn as I speak, but it will shift very, very soon. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall themes and messages for this week. And we have connected. You know, it's very interesting that this card would come out, because as I was shuffling, I was thinking about communication. It basically feels like it's a Mercury retrograde, but it's not Mercury retrograde. And I say this because I've had a lot of glitches uploading videos. My phone has been acting up. There's a lot of energy of people popping up from the past. There's just something in the air that I think is really testing us right now. It's almost like the test before the next level or next stage. You know, I've been commenting frequently about the fact that we've maybe lingered a little bit too long in an energy, and that's why we're getting poked and nudged and like pushed into new things. And it's uncomfortable, but these tests are coming in to see whether or not we're really ready for the new, ready and open for the new, essentially. I talk a lot about perceived openness, and I think that a lot of us think we're more open than we actually are. So these tests are basically going to let you know whether you are really open. So let's see what else we need to know. Let's just take a Moonology card because we did have the full moon. Yeah, cut your losses. Cut your losses. At what point do we move on? You know, at what point do we say, all right, I've had enough of this? And I know it's very difficult. Believe me, it's a bit of a stressful time. So let's take another card here to see what else. Let's see, there we go. Ancestry, tree. This says honoring our roots. There's a lot to this card. This is kind of a loaded card right now, I think, for a lot of people. And I'll tell you why. I think that naturally we have a connection to our roots, where we come from. At the same time, there are boundaries being made within families and friends and relationships. I think that a lot of people are struggling right now with boundaries. And we're learning a lot about ourselves and the people we care about. And some of those things that we're learning are not exactly things that we enjoy. You know, I think that this is a bit of a tough energy. Okay. So if you're feeling boundary issues with your family and friendships are kind of falling to the side, relationships are shifting, even romantically, like I said, there's a decision point. There's a decision point. Even though we feel connected and we love our friends, our family, and romantic partners, it doesn't mean that it's always good for us, you know? So very fascinating to see this. I'm going to put this off to the side and we'll come back to it. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the energies for each day. Ooh, as I'm dropping cards, the energies for each day of the week. Let's start off with Monday and see what we need to know. The personality triangle, personality, nature, and mindfulness. Let me share something that I was actually going to say a moment ago, and I think the energy wanted me to say it. Like, it reminded me because I forgot. Like, I thought about it and then I forgot about it. So I'll tell you a quick story. When I was a teenager, my mom and I, we were having a moment, like all mothers and teenage children, you know. And I said something along the lines of, I'm only a product of the environment that raised me. You know, I was being a little smart alecky in the moment. And I always used to tell my students at school, you know, I wouldn't recommend going home and saying this to your parents. Like, please, you know, don't quote me and go repeat this. But what I was trying to hit home was, we are a product of the environment that raised us. And ultimately, we have to, as adults, distinguish which behavior is going to help us move forward and which behavior is holding us back. And so, you know, I obviously didn't get a great response from my mother when I said that, because it stings and it hurts, right? And I would just say, be mindful of your behavior, you know, and of how you talk to yourself, how you talk to others. It's interesting, you know, I always think of this, you know, discussion from Dr. Joe Dispenza about personality, because he says it's your personal reality. You know, if you're in a bad mood and something happens, okay, feel that bad mood. If you let that mood linger, okay, then it becomes your temperament. And if that lingers, then it becomes your personality, and that becomes your personal reality. And that's why sometimes it's very hard to shift out of it, because it's something you know and you're used to, right? It becomes your emotional pain body. But essentially, I hear people say, but that's just who I am. But that's just who I am. And I understand that, but I don't necessarily agree. I think that that's who people label us to be, or we've, you know, practiced being, you know, at times in our life. And I don't mean that we consciously practice it. It's just that it becomes our daily practice, maybe. You know, side notes, as a high school teacher, I used to see students all the time struggle with living up to an expectation of what everybody thought of them, you know, or an image of who they thought, you know, they were. And it was just basically being misunderstood. And I think many people can identify with being misunderstood. If people think, you know, you're snooty or snobby or cold, it may not be that at all. Maybe you're just shy. Maybe you don't know where you fit in the dynamic of the social circle, whatever it is, you know? So I would just say, we sometimes have to take a real hard look at our personal reality. Is that the personality we wish to exude or to present? You know, because a lot of the times it comes from those family, you know, moments, upbringing, toughness, harshness. So anyways, deep talks. But on Tuesday, we have here knowledge. Knowledge is power. What you do with that knowledge is even more powerful. Lessons yet to be realized. Understand that energy is fluid. Just because you know something in the moment does not mean that that is absolutely true. It may be true to you now, but it may not be true to you tomorrow or next week or a year from now. And that's the beauty of energy being fluid. Okay, let's take a look at Wednesday. We have hope, love, and art, victory. Everything's gonna be okay. I really believe that. I know that it will be. I know that I'm wired as an optimist, but I really, truly in my heart believe that it's all gonna be okay. Interesting, on Thursday we have the Hermit. This is Virgo energy, spiritual guidance, commitment, a way shower, seeing the light. This is about, you know, searching your soul and figuring out where you want to go. And what I was just saying was, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? So there's the reflection here on Thursday. On Friday, we have here the Empress birthing a whole new cycle. It's kind of interesting that we went from Virgo energy to Libra energy. It's kind of like the, you know, back to back in the zodiac. Creative endeavor, nurturing, and fertility. This is divine feminine energy. This is about you receiving, being in receiving mode, being creative, birthing something new, doing what you're passionate about. Maybe you're doing a lot of soul searching to see what's next for yourself, and that's a good thing. But that, then at the same time, you have to implement. Like, you've got to take the wisdom and the knowledge that you have and implement it towards this new endeavor. So let's see. On Saturday, we have here the Fool. Leap of faith, freedom, trust, trust the process. You know, make a move. And on Sunday, we have here the Chariot, all systems go, determination, discipline, being disciplined to make it happen. Look, we're all human, but discipline is really key in making changes. And the sneak peek at the following week, interesting, might, discipline, and karma. Those are the tests. Are you disciplined enough to keep making moves? Okay, so I'm going to use these beautiful gold foiled tarot cards. I use them for the Summer Sun tarot readings. If you'd like your own Summer Sun tarot reading or relationship reading, it is available on my website. I do them for the summer months because we like to bring some sunshine and brightness and look at those energies. So let's take a look back at Monday. All right, we have here the Nine of Cups. Ask and you shall receive. What are you putting out? Whatever you put out is what you get back. And I want to remind you something about this card here. When I see the roots, as above, so below. As within, without. So what you are on the inside is what's on the outside. It's reflected, right? Okay, on Tuesday, this knowledge card. King of Swords. Logical, decisive, cool, and detached when necessary. Law and order. All right, we've got victory here, hope, love, and art. Five of Swords. There's the conflict. Can I have this? Can I really have this? Always fighting, always in self-preservation mode. You want to be in love energy. You want to have hope. You've got to believe in yourself. And the Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters and peace. Maybe you need a little bit of isolation. And I mean that in a positive way, not in the sense of you have to detach from everybody forever. I just mean, you know, maybe get away. Get away for a day, a week. Take a little trip. Find your peace. Search your soul. And that Empress card here, birthing a whole new cycle. Six of Pentacles, equal giving and receiving. 6-6, equal giving and receiving. This is your path to balance in your life. And the Fool card we have here, look, you've got to go to the next level. This is possibly collaboration, an upgrade to your current situation, allowing someone or something to come in and give you an opportunity. And why not take the opportunity? There you go, another 6, victory, the Chariot. Ooh, I love that. I love, love, love that. There's that Cancerian energy of the Chariot. That discipline, that victory. You get the victory when you are more disciplined. And let's see that might and discipline and karma, justice, equal giving and receiving and balance. You can't make it up. You cannot. Wow. Okay. Let's go to these oracle cards to give us some more messages. All right, on Monday, Nine of Cups. Yes. Yes, we start off with the week with, yes, I want to be my best self. Try saying yes more than no. And I don't mean overgiving to everybody. I mean yes for yourself. King of Swords, logical and decisive, emerald energy, heart healing, being at peace, soul restoration. Look at 1-1. We're getting the angel numbers here. Here you go. You've got to really work on this shame, punishing yourself, your doubt. This is about being vulnerable. You've served enough time in your own prison. Now let's see this Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters and peace. You know what? New moon. The new moon is in, I don't know, just about 2 weeks. I believe July 5th. This is telling you maybe make some intentions for the new moon, but also the next 1 to 3 months is your time to search your soul. Maybe you're looking for a timeline of when to embark on a new journey, and maybe that's within the next, 1 to 3 months. This balance, there's the universe. Awakening, interconnected, creative force. That's the Empress, being creative. Doing what you're passionate about. Ooh, being a fool, love, romance, affection, going to the next level, collaboration with somebody, letting love in. Six of Wands, victory. You got to get out of the maze. And honestly, this to me is a card of sorting it out, coming out of the maze. And then this balance, equal giving and receiving, and justice. Exactly. You've been holding it together far too long. Now it's time to let go and breathe a little bit. But that also means maintaining boundaries and balance in your life. It's so important. Okay, so that being said, I just want to see if I have the cards that I would like. Oh, and I do, but they're under a huge pile. Please excuse me. I don't mean to make you wait, but I wanted the Power of Surrender cards because they're super important right now. Okay. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Absolutely. Please keep that in mind. You cannot be everything to everyone. And this says surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Time to go big or go home. Make a move when you're ready, but don't sit too long. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Wow, I really hope this resonates with you. As always, I appreciate your kindness, your love, your support, the likes, the comments, the shares. It means the world to me. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. Thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing week.